Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 173 of Manage the Wild. I'm Nick Madsen. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go with the company that I work for, a rafting company, and we had the opportunity to do a river cleanup. There's this section that we float, it's about 10 miles, and as we float it, we're constantly coming across trash that has just been thrown out, not just by fishermen. This section is heavily rafted, heavily kayaked, heavily tubed. There's a lot of people, recreation floaters, that just rent a tube for a day, bring their cooler beer, float down it, and they're constantly just chucking trash. And there's this section that's just got boulders everywhere, and it makes it real challenging if you're a tuber to guide yourself around all these boulders. And oftentimes these tubers will flip, and they're constantly just dumping not just beer, but clothes and coolers and just trash in general. And so it was an awesome time to be able to go out with the youth. There's a youth rafting and kayaking group, and we got to take them out, and we went with them, and we had the opportunity to clean up the river. By the time we got done in 10 miles, we had picked up 12 inflatable tubes, the big kind that you sit on, as well as one inflatable raft. We had bottles of liquor, we had beer cans, and just a whole bunch of just trash that was strewn across the river. And it made us feel good. By the time you got done with the end of the day, you're like, wow, I think we really did something. But the other part that's depressing is people just don't care, is what I really got out of it. They're just constantly chucking trash, and it's just a sad side. So whenever we are out with our kids, whether we're hiking or whatnot, we try to pick up as much trash as possible. Because when I was young, and this is one of those stories where you're like, stop talking about the old days. But when I was younger, there was a lot less people, and we didn't have nearly the amount of trash that we have now. And I think what happens, because I lived in LA, I think what happens is people start to see an area covered in trash, and they're like, oh, okay, we just don't care about this road. We care about all these others, and then they start to chuck all their trash in that road. And then eventually what you just see is just trash being thrown everywhere. So for this podcast, it's going to be really short. Do your part. Don't be trashy. Go up and pick up the trash. Because we live in Utah, straws are not going to make it to the turtles out in the ocean. But they are going to fill up the landfills. They are going to fill up the rivers. They are going to fill up the marshes. And garbage and trash is going to affect the wildlife around us. That I do know. All right, you guys. Stay safe. Stay wild. Have a great day.